That was absolutely pathetic. We have just stolen 3 points out of Wolves' mouth. It finishes 1-1. One shot on target in the second half. One of the worst second half displays you will see. Bottom of the league Wolves, who have played five, lost five, 1-0 going into this game. And João Palhinha equalises. It was a good goal, but rips his shirt off like he's just scored the winner in an FA Cup final when there was 2 minutes remaining. I don't rate that at all. Pick the ball up, run back to the halfway line. There's still 2 minutes remaining. That was absolutely pathetic, honestly. Wolves, honestly, they pushed us. Us today, the second half, Richarlison, Kudus, Bergvall, Simons, couldn't create anything. Palhinha and Bentancur, okay. The rest of them, bang average. The subs, Johnson didn't really do much. Tell didn't really do much. The final third is where this team is lacking quality. You got Kolo Muani, who's nowhere to be seen. Dominic Solanke hasn't played a minute yet. We're missing Maddison and Kulusevski massively. And I was looking at these 4 games. I was looking at Doncaster, Wolves, Bodo Glimt and Leeds and thought 4 wins as a minimum. We're playing bottom of the league at home. And do you know what's even worse? Wolves are 6 games unbeaten against us. 6 games. That performance was tragic, but we're going to break it down. Make sure you go down and drop a like on the video if you haven't already. And let me know your thoughts on Tottenham 1, Wolves 1. And the road to 100k is well and truly on. If you could go down and hit that subscribe button, we're less than 100 away now from 79k. That really would be greatly appreciated. I'm just meh. The lineup today, the only threat Wolves had was Strand Larsen, and he did absolutely nothing in the game. I take Strand Larsen. I think he's a good player. I think the team selection, in hindsight, I would have preferred to see Sarr instead of Bentancur. Udogie wasn't bad, but I would have preferred to see Porro come in from a creative perspective. Other than that, it's pretty much our best lineup. Spence, Porro, Van der Ven, Udogie, Palhinha, Bentancur, Kudus, Bergvall, Simons, Richarlison. Simons hasn't been great, I'll be honest. He's been okay. It's still early on. I'm not going to jump on his back and rip him to pieces, but I do expect a little bit more from our most creative player. This just tells me how much we are missing Maddison and Kulusevski. Vicario, again, should have done better for the goal. He punches it straight into no man's land. Wolves' team, they went with a back 4. Familiar face, Doherty to all of us. Hwang only played 1 half, and he's normally a threat. Strand Larsen's a good player. Other than that, Johnston had a good game. He made a really good save in the first half. Wolves were average, and I'll be honest, they for 90 minutes were the better team. We equalised in the 93rd minute, I believe, from Palhinha. The first half was we were the better team. You know, Mohammed Kudus was the best player in the first half. Xavi Simons puts in a very dangerous cross. It goes into Kudus' path. He heads it straight at Johnston from a yard out, who makes a save, pushes it onto the bar. It's a really, really good save, I'll be honest with you. I'm gutted that he didn't score, but it is a really, really good save. Kudus did have the ball in the back of the net. He's running in from the right-hand side, plays a 1-2 into Bergvall. Bergvall back heels it, lays it into Kudus' path. And with his left foot, he absolutely levers it into the top corner, but he was offside. And on the balance of that, looking back at it, you know, he was 100% offside, but it was a fantastic goal. But it, of course, is chalked off. You know, a tough one to take. I am like annoyed, very, very annoyed, because we should have won that game. You're playing bottom of the league, who away from home haven't actually conceded that many goals. They've only conceded 3 in 3, but they have been very, very poor this season. And in 90 minutes, we barely created any chances. The same Wolves team that lost 3-1 to Leeds United last week, lost 3-2 to Everton, 1-0 to Newcastle, 1-0 to Bournemouth, and 4-0 to Manchester City, we couldn't break down. Now, there clearly is a creativity problem in this team because Wolves actually created more big chances than we did. We didn't create a big chance in the first half other than the Kudus effort. Second half, we didn't create a big chance. That is horrendous from us. Absolutely horrendous. Wolves created more chances, come away with higher XG, come away with the same amount of shot or one less shot than us, the same amount of shots on target. Passing accuracy was even. Possession was practically even. You're playing bottom of the league, mate. If you've got aspirations to get in and around that top four, I can accept losing to Bournemouth because on the day, they were by far the better team. But losing against Wolves, who haven't won a game all season to date in the Premier League, that is catastrophically poor. They get the goal from a corner. It's horrendous defending from us. You know, Wolves ended up going 1-0 up in North London. It's a cross from the touchline. He's headed behind by Romero. Then Arias gets the corner, swings it in. I think it was it Van der Ven? Or it might be Palhinha who heads it, gets the flick on it, go to the back post. Vicario punches it into Palhinha. No, it was Romero who got the flick on. Vicario punched it into Palhinha, and then it spills back, and they get the slightest touch, and they make it 1-0. Santiago Bueno scrambles it over the line. And I'm just thinking, how are we losing to bottom of the league by a goal like that? Terrible performance. We made some changes. We brought on Pedro Porro. We brought on Brennan Johnson. Bergval wasn't good today by his standards. Sarr come on for Bergval. Odebear come on for Xavi Simons. Tell come on for your doggy. We threw the kitchen sink at it. And in the 93rd minute, you know, Tell does some good work over on the left-hand side, plays it into Sarr. Sarr lays it off to Palhinha, and it's a fantastic strike. And we still a draw against Wolves. I don't like the fact that Palhinha rips his shot off and runs over to the fans when you draw him with Wolves. Everyone else is saying, come back to the halfway line. What are you doing? It was absolutely pathetic, that performance. But somehow, some way, we have come out of a draw, which does actually make us 5 games unbeaten, which is crazy to say. Beating Villarreal, beating West Ham, drawing with Brighton, beating Doncaster, and beating Wolves. And our next game on Tuesday is Bodo Glimt in the Champions League. And then after that, we do have Leeds United. Now, I expect to win all 3 of those games. If we can't beat Bodo, Leeds, and Villa have got 1 goal in 5 games at the moment. Bodo, we should go out there and beat. They're not a great side. We beat them last year in the Europa League. I expect us to beat them. Leeds United away, we should beat them. Although they did win against Wolves, they're not that great. They're really, really not. I think we've got more than enough to go and beat them. But today, that was a very, very, very poor performance. If it wasn't for João Palhinha, it would be coming away with a 1-0 defeat against Wolves. I don't know what it is whenever we play Wolves, but we just weren't good enough today by any stretch of the imagination. And when you look at the shots, when you look at the match stats, the fact that Wolves have matched us and they're bottom of the league and we're, pushing to get in that top 4, higher XG, possessions pretty much even, big chances goes to Wolves, shots goes to us, but shots on target are even. Passing accuracy is practically even. There's only 1% in it. Fouls committed is pretty much even. Corners is pretty much even. Wolves were the better team. They created more chances and had a higher XG. That is absolutely catastrophic from us. We have to be better than that. This team, I'm still behind this manager. I still think he's got, a lot of the credentials we need to really push on as a football club. But boy, oh boy, that was a wake-up call to how much creativity we miss in this team. Richarlison didn't really get a chance. Xavi Simons was good in the first half, poor in the second half. Kudus was probably our best outfield player alongside Palhinha. but we have to do better than that. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.